So hello beautiful people, and you're all welcome to my video. And in this video I'll be covering the weekly outlook for the brand new week. If you are not part of the channel or you are new to the channel, I usually do this every weekend so that we could actually get set for what the week has ahead of us. So in this one I won't actually be dropping a recap video for this week. Already I've back tested and checked out everything that happened last week. If you were part of the channel, you would have seen a lot of beautiful trades that we kept on calling, mostly on the private channel though, or at least I called a very beautiful setup on the community channel, which actually cleared out our TP. So if you're part of the channel, you will actually see all of that going on. So I wouldn't want to waste anybody's time today or make anything too long. I just want to make this whole video brief so we could get a glimpse of what I expect to see happening in the market this week. So without any further delay, let's jump right into it. So first things first, we're actually holding this particular trade from last week I called it on the private channel, and it had already smashed out TP1, got near to our final TP and then sold back down. But very solid trade though, So first of all, let me clear out everything so we could actually get started. Usually the way we do it, or the way we've been doing it, or the way I approach the market is, first of all, we start from the 1 week time frame. Sorry, let me break this out. We start from the 1 week time frame so we could actually see what's actually happening on the 1 week time frame. And when we come to the 1 week time frame, we basically tend to see very similar thing to what already we spoke about last week. But then a key level that I'm watching out for is 5k here, because I expected that price should be able to retrace to 5k before we even start to see any form of aggressive sell-offs and all. So this is actually it's one of the key levels whereby I expect price to take out or price to take. So first of all, we mark that out. Then we can also easily mark out our weekly highs and lows, whereby we have our previous week high right here, and we can just indicate it with this previous week high, and then we can also indicate the previous week low right here. You can just indicate it here. Last week was actually pretty amazing. There was so much moves, like so much lessons. Probably I might even start a series more about discipline and other things. I think it's something that almost every trader has battled with somehow in this journey. So it's something that probably sometime we could actually get to discuss too. So well, after marking these key levels on the weekly time frame, let's go down to the daily time frame. When we come back down to the daily time frame, there's something that I've been expecting. I would say that there's something that I've been expecting, and I spoke about it in the last video. Despite the fact that people were bullish at the start of last week, I told you all that because due to the fact that this candle has closed below this candle now, naturally what to expect is price will sell off, most likely to take out this low here. This guy was meant to be able to push price higher, but you could see the tapping, but then price failed to hold, and that was what gave about this sell-off and formed this bearish trend line that we kept on working on that. So there's also something that we need to take note. If you take Fibonacci 2 and we take 50% of this week right here, you tend to notice that the reaction that sold price off was hanging at around 50% of this level. And then if we take a deeper look, we would actually even tend to notice that price gave a full body close below this level. My expectation actually is due to the fact that we closed below this guy. I expect that price would sell off from around 50% of this level to take out this low right here and probably fall as low as this. I know it's an unpopular opinion right now with the buys that actually happened towards the end of the week, but this is actually something that I tend to see. And also something to take note of, we are actually moving right now within this FVG. We have this beautiful daily FVG, which is actually a bearish FVG. Basically everything that's going on right now is actually in favor of the trend. I don't know if you get me. It's actually in favor of the trend. If I adjust this, let's adjust this a bit lower. That's why we are trying to respect the 50% level. But price is trading within this particular FVG, which we might actually tend to see some form of negativity from this level unless price is able to close and break above this level. And if we should go down to 4 hours time frame, you tend to notice that actually this whole level and this whole FVG that form and everything that is looking bearish around this level is due to the fact that we are trading below a bearish trend line, and this recent hit right here tapped the let's say vertex or the edge of that trend line. So if price is not able to break out and close above this level, we are not going up, price will still sell off. The only way that price could buy right now is if something like this happens. If price is able to break out of this level, most likely we'll just get a tap back, and you tend to notice that it will be on the line of that trend line, and then we would push up higher. This is actually how we could buy off. But if price does something like this and comes back to trade below this level again, then most likely price would sell off. This is even what I'm seeing on the daily time frame already. So let's go down to the 4 hours time frame so we could actually mark out this particular trend line I'm talking about, the bearish trend line I'm actually talking about. You can see our FVG. We still have another FVG sitting on the 4 hours time frame that's actually tallying with that. Okay, let's do this. So let's just change this chart to, let's change them to lines. Okay, first of all, I just like everything properly set here. Let's change this chart to line though. So if we change our chart to line, we would actually tend to see what happened at this particular, okay, at this particular level. Am I getting this right here? I think I am. Something like this. Yes, this is actually something that we were moving on. Yes, this is actually something that we're moving on. Price attempted, when price started to form this guy, price attempted to break out of it, but then we saw a full body close. Basically the same thing I said last week in regards to this guy. So you tend to notice that we are actually trading below that level, and that's actually one of the things that's actually giving some kind of view for the bearish buyers. I don't know if you get me. That's actually something that is actually giving the view for a bearish buyers right here. And if somehow price is able, because you tend to notice that this is one of the key selling places after, because you can see price tapped in on this breakout block to push up higher, failed, sold off, the next thing broke and closed above the high, but did not successfully close above it because we can see that it's a wick. So if we tend to see something like this, we tend to see something of this nature, a full price trading below this level, breaking this level that it has closed above again, like most likely this is what we would actually see. This is actually what we would actually see. But if price is able to maintain this current position, and break out of this level, then most likely we might just see something nice like this, and price should continue chasing higher. And actually this might even be as good as enough to even smash out 8th, 5k. Let's not talk too soon for 8th, but at least smash out 5k. And the reason why I'm even saying that this level it's still bearish is due to the fact that, notice what happened after this break of structure, after this solid move that took out this particular whole support region here. There was no retracement that fell into the premium level. Price just kept on selling off, which should actually give us some form of inducement and all. But then you get what I'm saying though. So let's go down to 1 hour time frame. I hope you guys are getting everything clearly from what I'm saying right here, because everything is actually looking very beautiful to me. Everything is looking very, very beautiful. Sorry. When we still come back to the 1 hour time frame, I think the 1 hour time frame too is still looking very similar to what we saw already on the 4 hours time frame. Price brought up from this level. We had a very beautiful break of structure. Price came back to the premium level, closed above. So most likely price should be able to continue from this level. And this particular region here that I'm even talking about, I think we could even use something like this. Let's say, okay, it's too early for this. So basically on the 1 hour time frame too, it's actually very similar to what I'm actually expecting from the 4 hours. You can see this beautiful trigger here. This was where it was got initiated. I think this was on Thursday. Yeah, that was on Thursday. This was where it got picked from. Then we can still see this key level to where we had this other block, sorry, this FVG sitting at these points right there. So probably if there's enough momentum, if price is able to stay hold of this level, we might just see a break, fall back, and continue pushing up higher. But if we don't see that, most likely just something of this nature and price would still sell off. This is what I'm still seeing on the 1 hour time frame. Let's go down to 30 minutes and then 15 minutes before we close. So coming down to the 15 minutes time frame right now, let's mark out something here. That's, let's just say this is our resistance level that got broken out of, and the price still trading below it, but then coming back to close above it again, so that we could actually get to understand what's going on a little bit better. So if we take this, let me just bring this guy out here. If you take this, you can still see that after the close below this resistance level, trading below it, price came to at least give a reaction that price actually successfully closed above it again. So falling back into this level now, we can actually tend to expect that probably with good bullish momentum, that price is able to break and close above this level, then we should push up higher. But then also we need to also take note of something right here. Price attempted to actually start pushing up higher from this point, from this level right here, with this gap that was actually filled, and trying to hold that level to push up, but price actually failed. That's what we give about this break here. After this break, you tend to even notice that we have something like this, which I see as inducement. Take our flip tool, price did not tap into premium level, so you can tend to still see that even the 30 minutes is still looking very similar to what we've said already. If most likely price would still push up into this level, if it does this, probably we might then see something like this, and if it's able to close below this support level now, price would and trade below it again, price is definitely going to sell off like mad. It's going to sell off like mad from this level. But if something happens, okay, let me just bring this back. Sorry. If something happens like this, and when it gets into, after taking this liquidity inducement, it comes back a little bit, and it just successfully breaks and closes out of this level, then we can then tend to expect that price should easily push up. So you can see it's actually a two-way standpoint from where we stand actually right now. And for me, the sell actually also looks good, because you can notice what happened after this break. We expected that price would trade below this level and continue selling off. Then we saw a break of structure. Price was trying to hold more buys from this what do they call this again? Okay, let's just say this breakout block here, but it tapped into it and failed to hold that level, and that's what we give about this break. So we can actually expect any of this to actually happen. So this is actually what I'm actually looking forward to see market, either any of these actually. We could actually get to see any of this actually happening with the new week. So I'll be dropping more info about how we would tend to approach any of these on the community channel. If you're not part of it, this is your time to actually join up so you don't miss what we'll be doing this month. Actually encouraging each and everybody on the channel to just try to deposit what you can, and let's see what we can do. Let's do a challenge and see how far we could go. So I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.